Makuhita. Do you know what that figure can do? What's good? It's your boy Rico. Welcome back to another episode of Pokemon Duel. Now listen, I think this is the third video that I've made today. Actually, it's the second video, not third. But I do kind of want to cover up the last Pokemon Duel video, how I think this is the beginning of the end. I just want to touch on it and just say that I am scared that a lot of players in Europe are going to start to not buy gems in fear of what's going to be happening. But you know what? Like I've told you guys, this is my baby, Pokemon Duel. I will ride this until the training wheels come off, and I please invite you guys to ride it with me. I honestly think it's the beginning of the end, but I will do whatever I can to try to keep this game going. Now, I actually ran into Quick like 3 days ago. 3 days ago I played them, and they were rocking a Makuhita. And it reminds me of the day when I ran the Hariyama, Infernape, and Meowth. I ran like a cheese deck. If you haven't seen that video, it's in the link is in the description below. Now let's kind of go over what they can do. His deck actually pretty scary. He's got two Marshadows, one Keldeo into the Resolute Keldeo, who is super annoying with the hurdle jump, and then the Makuhita. We'll go over Makuhita in a second. But before I get into this, sorry, I'm kind of all over the place. I've been drinking a little bit. Today's Thanksgiving, and I just want to express my thanks and gratitude to all of you guys. We've been doing this for almost 2 years now, and I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you guys. So I just want to take this moment to thank you guys for everything. Thank you so much for the support. Thank you for hanging out with me in the streams, in chats, and just all of that, man. It really means a lot to me. So cheers to everybody. I feel like we should be on stream. If you want to know what I'm drinking some scotch. So if you have a drink right now, if you're from the US or if you're not from the US, take a cheers. Water, alcohol, whatever it is, just cheers and thank you guys. Thank you for everything. All right. Sorry for that. Anyway, let's kind of go over these three figures that we ran. We also ran the Rotom into the Heat Rotom, and that is good because when we evolved from Rotom to Heat Rotom, everything turns into fire and everything is negative 30 damage. So we had the Infernape because Infernape does have the Drive Kick, which does hit for a whopping 122. When you have the Heat Rotom on the board, it hits for a whopping 152. And the asterisk of the attack, if the battle opponent is knocked out, this Pokemon claims its previous spot and gains weight. So obviously the goal is to get the entry points, Pokemon switch, evolve, and then have Infernape cheese. We also have the Meowth, who I karmed all the way to 10. And why? Because of the Fake Out. The Fake Out is a whopping 41. That is absolutely insane. 3-star Fake Out. And then also the Hariyama. The Hariyama has an attack called the Push Away. This Pokemon knocks the battle opponent one step back and claims its previous spot. It's 2-star. So it is a cheese. Now, what can Hariyama do? Well, let me show you. Yeah, let's get out of here. Let me show you guys the deck that I've been running. Here is the deck. Let's go over it. Actually, we could have went over it while we loaded the match, but since I'm a little intoxicated, let's go over it right now. So what is the Hariyama? What can the Hariyama do? Or the Makuhita, I'm sorry. It's got the Impact Charge. Now, this is something I wasn't aware of when I played Quick. So I see the Fake Out. I was like, oh, damn, 3-star Fake Out. When you have it karmed to 10, 37. That's pretty good. What does the Impact Charge do? The battle opponent is moved to the bench and gains weight. This figure could actually be clutch because if you have somebody taking your entry point or coming to threaten to take your entry point, you can attack. And I mean, if you get the Fake Out, you prevent them from taking the entry point, or if you get the Impact Charge, sends them to the bench. So it's a pretty good figure. So here's the deck that I'm running. We are running the Marshadow, Coco, and the Mega Gengar. Those are my three mons that are going to rush and take the entry point. And the Marshadow actually benefits the Lunala and the Gengar. And then we have the Zoro just to switch if we're playing Dragons. So I have 3 matches to show you guys. So let's jump into match. Oh, wait. Before we do that, we have a Rainbow Booster. Let's try and open this. And listen, with all the negativity, I won't say negativity, but with all the, what's going on right now in the news of Pokemon Duel, let's turn it around. Let's get something positive. Let's get a figure that I don't have. Mega Sceptile or Drampa or something good or just not. We're just going to get a Crobat. Okay, that's fine. Whatever. All right. Now let's jump into match numero uno. All right, first match, C. I don't know of a C clan. If you guys know of a C clan, please let me know in the comments below who belongs to the C clan. But we were playing C Boomin', and they are rocking Shuppet, man. I have all the love for them in the world because they are rocking a Shuppet. Because the Shuppet is chained to, or level 10. Wait. Yeah, it is level 10, and it's chained to 6. So anybody who has a Shuppet, I love. Wait, what? Looks like you're rocking the normal bayonet, but he's got the mega bayonet on it. So I don't know why he's rocking the Shuppet, though. There's like, how are you going to evolve that thing? I don't know. But they are almost 3.6. They are rocking the double Phantom Energy. I've seen a lot of people rocking double Phantom Energies now. Double bayonet. Yeah, see, why the Shuppet? I don't. Yeah, I don't. Boomin', I don't know, man. I don't think I would rock the Shuppet because, like, how are you going to evolve that? There's no way you're going to evolve that. I don't know about the Shuppet, brother. But here's my team. Let's see how this match goes. I go first, which is good, and they're going to be defensive with the Mimikyu, and I'm going to take the entry point. And what I decide to do here, we'll play it. And this was like earlier today, and I was like, just with, you know, the news and everything, I'm trying, you know, I'm trying to be as positive as I can. But I'm like, dude, I don't even really, I don't know if I really care that much in regards to, you know, my rating or anything like that. So I was just like, whatever. I don't care what you're going to do. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to switch, and I'm just going to go for the DC, and I'm just going to go for the cheese win. So the opponent is going to, or I'm going to switch here, and the opponent is going to move on their Marshall. And I was just like, whatever. I'm just going to DC, and I'm going to go for it. I realize if I lose this roll, I lose the game, but when the opportunity arises, what do I always say? You have to take shots. And that's what we do when we get the cheesy win. So, feels bad, but not really. So, GG boys to Boomin'. Let's jump into match numero dos. The second match here, I don't remember who it was against. I don't think it was anybody within a clan. But let's evaluate their deck real quick. Neo, no clan, pretty good psychic deck, I would say. I mean, Tapu Fini, I mean, Ulysses, is that how you say it? I think, sorry, I read your guys' comments, but said Tapu Fini is one of the top 5 players that people are not running Tapu Fini. I was like, oh, cool, this is actually good. They got the Tapu Fini, and they also have the Mega Gardevoir, so kind of have like a Banish-ish deck. The Odd Incense for who? That's kind of odd. I don't know why you'd have the Odd Incense. I mean, I know you can use it for any of your Psychic Mons, but I don't know. I don't think you necessarily need it. Mega Lucario, Mighty Sphere, yeah, pretty solid deck. So I go first because I know they have the Gardevoir. We're going to open up on the outsides. So now we're going to bring the Marshall on the other side. They're going to be defensive with the Fini. I'm like, okay, that is fine. They're going to cover up, so now we're going to bring on the Gengar to ensure us the entry point. The opponent is not rocking a long throw, so we're going to Mega here. And I decide not to attack because, 1, I don't want to get Aura Sphered, and 2, I don't want to get Warp Hold or Warped. I think it's Warp Hold, right? I don't want to get switched here. So the opponent is going to Mighty Sphere. I don't know why. I know I could have got rid of the biggest threat, which is the Gardevoir, but I was like, you know what? Again, I just don't. We're just going to go for it. Like, why not? We're going to pull the switch here. He's going to attack me, and I'm like, please just land your Toxic. We do. Let's go. And again, we can get rid of this Gardevoir, but as I say, I'm like, YOLO. We're in a desperate time right now, so desperate time calls for desperate measures, and it is time to YOLO. We're gonna DC. I mean, the Pawnee, he's not even level 5. Not fearing the Pawnee. Gets the Pawnee. Like, come on, bro. Like, really? But I mean, it puts him in a tough position, and he actually gets rid of my Gengar, and I'm like, really? So he's gonna go block here, and I'm like, that's fine, because we're gonna go for it. YOLO, baby. Let's go. DC, he lands the white, which is perfect. I was fearing the dodge. We land our impact charge. Come on, can we get that fake out? Let's go. GG, boys. All right, now I promise, not every match that I'm going to show you guys is going to look like this. This deck, kind of specifically, is just for the YOLO. Just to like, all right, I just want to get a quick win. I need to get my time booster going. I need to go to bed. This is kind of what that deck's for. But I actually have a good match to show you, and it actually came down to time. It came down... One person had 0 time left, and the other person had 4 seconds left. So let's watch this match. Numero 3. All right, now I promise, like I said, this is like a YOLO deck. Try to get quick wins, but I promise it's still good. It can still go with the meta. I mean, look what I'm playing here. This is meta deck. We got Chain 10. chain 10, chain 10. Lucario, chain 9. Not chained. Chain 10. Dude, 2 DC scoop, Mega Lucario, Mega Annoying, and the Dragon Sphere. So let's see how this match goes. I go first. We're going to open up on the right side again because of this thing. So now we're going to threaten to take the entry point here the following turn. They're going to be defensive with the Lucario. I'm like, that's fine. We're actually... Okay, dude, I thought there was no... I was about to freak out. I thought there was no sound. I was... So they're going to cover up. That's fine. We can take the entry point here. Now they're going to cover up. I decide... I mean, there's... Look. YOLO. There was a lot of things I could have done, but I was like, whatever. Time to YOLO. They're going to DC here. Go after my Maku. Yeah, my Makuhita. And we do get the impact charge, which is good because we bench him. I would have preferred the fake out because then we could have DC'd on the Lucario, but that didn't happen. We get KO'd. They get to evolve. And now we're kind of in a pickle. We got to figure out how we're going to steal this entry point. So we're going to move up the Marshadow. The opponent's going to bring on, dude, Haxorus, dude, Fracture and Haxorus, just they're, I dislike them, but things could have been bad there. If we would have landed the gold into purple, that would have been GG boys, but he gets the roll, that's fine. Oh yeah, this is somebody from the D clan. D Anubis. Any DDR fans in here? In the Groove fans here? Anubis was a song, and I loved playing that song. It was fun. But I'm going to max revive here because they have the Marshadow on. I want my Marshadow as well because I want my Lunala to be getting the buff. So we're going to move up because we don't want to get Meteoric Teachings. We don't want that Mega coming after us, but we could have out-damaged it because there are no Altarias. So even if it did come through and attack my Lunala, we could have out-damaged it. However, half of my will is purple, so that is why I decided to move up. So I'm going to DC here, hoping that he lands his Guillotine into the miss, but of course he lands the Dragon Claw. And now we have to DC just to survive here. Can we get the Moongeist Beam? And we do. Thank God we do survive. They're going to attack my Gengar, and my Gengar's in a terrible position here. Like it's not a good matchup for me. So now I'm going to move back. I see that he's going advancing with his Ray, so I'm going to cut it off. And they're going to threaten this around here, so I have to back off with my Marshadow. So now I'm going to move up, trying to get on that Lucario, but they see exactly what's coming. So now we're going to move over. They're going to threaten game with the Lunala, and my opponent actually made a mistake there. Before he DC'd an attack here, he should have attacked my Marshadow, and this is why. He doesn't have a losing roll. He should have attacked me freely without using the DC before I covered goal, and that would have ensured him the win. But he doesn't do that. So now we have to DC here. We have to hope that we get our gold into purple with our Lunala, but this is the #1 gold attacker in the game. You guys know that. You know that. So, fortunately for us, we do survive the early game exit, even though they could have suffered from the early game exit. But now we have to cover goal. Otherwise, he can attack right here and get the fly. And, well, actually, he could land right there, and then it would be game. So my opponent makes a mistake here. I kind of baited for him to do that, and we have the swap spot, and we are rocking that to get cheesy things just like that. But, I mean, he does have this Haxorus, and there's nothing I can really do to this Haxorus. I mean, the Haxorus is absolutely absurd. Like, to have that amount. His will is ridiculous. Like, absolutely ridiculous. I think this figure, in my opinion, I think this figure should get buffed. Or not buffed, but nerfed. But they're going to max revive here. I agree with this play. Play to the advantage. So I'm going to try to advance slowly with my Gengar. Although Gengar's, if Gengar is not, he's early game. After you Mega Evolve, you're kind of in trouble. But the good thing for me is I do have the long throw, and I made a mistake here. I forgot that I did not have my Marshadow on the board. That's why I came back to attack, but I was like, oh yeah, my Marshadow is not on the board. So we do not out damage it, but we still have the long throw, so we can bring on the Marshadow, and the opponent moves up and attacks my Makuhita, which I think you should have just got rid of the Marshadow. But regardless, he does get rid of my Makuhita, and we have to attack here. We have to free up our entry point, and that could have been bad. He could have fly cheesed us, but we do get the roll, making the right plays. And now we can bring things on. I'm going to bring on the Tapu Koko because Koko has a better matchup against the Lunala. And here I make a great play by moving over my Marshadow because now we're going to stop and talk about those plays right there. we move our Marshadow over to threaten the surround. Multiple surrounds. We can get a surround here. We can get a surround here. So my opponent makes the correct play by moving the Haxorus over. And then I make the correct play by moving over the Tapu Koko, because then I can surround the Haxorus the following turn. I think that was brilliant plays by both of us. I really like that. I nerd out about stuff like that. So now it's my turn. I'm going to move on the Gengar. Now I have the double surround, and the opponent forgets that I have Marshadow, so he attacks, thinks he has a free win. But because I have the Marshadow, that's a neutral turn, neutral damage, and we do get rid of the Lunala. So I'm doing pretty good. Guillotine into the mist. Let's go. 2 rolls in a row. We're doing, like I said, we're doing pretty damn good. I need another drink. I'm talking too much. Woo! Opponent's going to YOLO there. My opponent is baiting me. I know my opponent wants the Lunala back, but I'm like, I don't want to see that Lunala on the board. That's a great play there. He can win this roll, and then I'd have to defend with my my Marshadow. But I was like, all right, I know what you're doing. You're trying to get your Lunala back on the board. We can out-damage this thing, and we do. And like I said, I don't want to see that Lunala back on the board, especially with the Mega Ray. Unfortunately, we KO there. I would have preferred for him to get the fly, because now the Lunala's back on the board, and I wanted to be able to steal the entry points, but we actually KO'd it, and Lunala's back on the board. So now the plan there was to get rid of Lucario and then move up the Marshadow, but unfortunately, he does win the roll. So here I'm just baiting my opponent. I'm like, please attack me so I can get the fake out. My opponent, he knows he's stuck, so he's going to be a little defensive here. He's going to attack with the Milotic and gets the clutch Blue Pulse. I won't say clutch. I mean, it's pretty great odds of hitting that and confusing my Makuhita, which is not bad because the majority of my will is the Impact Charge. So if I hit that, I do hit the fake out. But then again, my miss is huge now. I have a huge miss. But I'm going to move up with my Zoro. I definitely should have attacked there, I think, in my opinion. But they're going to move up with the... Oh, sorry. The Haxorus, so I'm going to try and cut it off. And they attack, and they get the Melee Wish. And here I was like, I think it was under a minute. So we're actually going to stop and talk about this. I think it was about like under a minute left. And instantly I'm like, all right, we're going to get rid of the Tapu Koko. We're going to give it to the Makuhita. That way we can move through figures, and we can try and cheese. But the problem is, my opponent's smart. I mean, they're in the D clan. They know they've been playing this game for a while. They know. We have to figure out a way to get rid of this Lunala. So we can't fake out, and we're still confused. So now I'm gonna have to block off this this Haxorus. So we're gonna threaten this around here. They're gonna scoop up, and here we're trying to get rid of this Lunala so we can actually attack with the Makuhita. We get KO'd, but the good thing is we did daze it. So now we're going to have to stall, and we're going to have to... So I'm like, all right, I need to work my my Marshadow up to get rid of this Lunala. And I'm trusting in Gengar. I'm trusting in him. I'm like, all right, perfect. The only problem is if we do KO this Lunala, they still have the Milotic right there. They can be defensive with Milotic, and that ruins things. But we get the Contagious Terror. I'm like, all right. Maybe my opponent doesn't see it. Who knows? So let's go after it. Here's the plan. Large miss. Let's go. All we got to do is hit in a gold at least. And we do. We hit our... Or not gold, but we hit our white. And I'm like, okay, cool. Now just please like move my Milotic up or something. But like I said, they're smart. They know how to play the game. So now I'm trying to get rid of this thing. And we do, which is good. But we also get KO'd as well. We also... I was going for the fake out. But then again, he just moves there. I mean, there wasn't... It was very difficult for me to win here. So I move over because I don't want to get surrounded. And I'm like, you just got to survive, buddy. And we don't. But I do have the Marshadow and the Lunala. So we do have the synergy. So we can out-damage this Haxorus. So we attack it. And we do. Let's go. We're still alive. And now it comes down to time. My opponent knows that my opponent's up on time. So my opponent here is going to be defensive. And here what I decided to do is I'm just going to like, all right, I'm going to sack my Zoro because I want to get my Makuhita back on the board, and I'm trying to just somehow get Lucario to roll a miss. I mean, that's very unlikely, but I've seen crazier things. You can attack me all you want. I don't care. I don't have any losing rolls unless I roll a miss because I still have my Marshot on the board. Your gold doesn't do anything to me. So here we're just hoping that he doesn't see it and he sees it again and he protects the Rayquaza. Like I said, we don't have a losing roll here. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to attack and then we're going to try and take the entry point. So we're going to attack the Marshadow here. And we win our roll. Like I said, no losing roll. So now the opponent is forced to attack here. We have him pinned in. So they attack here. I'm like, please just roll a miss. That would be game. We do get our gold, but like I said, I mean the silver fist doesn't matter. So we're gonna cut the entry points off. And now we have to march up with Lunala and hope that we win some rolls. And right here, I've got like 4 seconds left. 4 seconds left. The opponent has about 10 seconds left. He moves here, and then I move here, and I believe that is game. There was nothing I could do here. I think I would have outdamaged it, but good games to Anubis. It would have been nice to see how the game would have finished out if we had an additional minute, but good game. We're going to cut the match there, cut the video there. It's Thanksgiving. Thank you. Thank you again for watching this video. Thank you for the support. Thank you guys for everything. Here's to the next year. I'll catch you guys on the next video. Until then, peace.